Hi, I'm Chantel Rodriguez with Millcreek Township.
And I'm Jessica Stutzman. You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel.
Today we're joined by Denana Ivankovic, Marketing and Communications Coordinator, and Abby Shick, Events and Fundraising Coordinator at NAMI Erie. They're both here to discuss the programs and resources NAMI offers to support mental health and how they're working to reduce stigma across our community. Thank you both so much for joining us today at the Millcreek Government Channel.
Thanks for having us.
It's the first time that you're here, right?
Yes, first time.
We're so excited to have you on and really talk about everything mental health and the programs that you guys offer and resources. So can you give us an overview of NAMI and of Erie County?
Yeah, so we provide free community support, education, and resources. So we do support groups, we do presentations, trainings, classes, and things like that. The great thing is that whoever it is, they can come on in. It's free and confidential, so we don't require insurance or any personal information, quite frankly. All we need is a name and then a way to contact you in case programs change.
And you have a small crew, right?
We have 4 full-time staff at the moment. But yeah, so we're small.
And how wide or how many people do you service?
It's been growing every year. We started off in 3,000s and we've worked our way up to about 5,500 people.
Wow.
So yeah, very small team, but pretty wide reach. We're pretty proud of it.
Yeah. We've definitely gotten asked the question of, how are you guys everywhere? And
Yeah.
we honestly don't know how to answer that. We just make it happen.
I was just going to say, you guys are everywhere at every event. I feel like we were at the senior fair, and were you guys at that also?
Probably.
I feel like you were. I grabbed a card from somewhere. But you guys are just the presence that you have in the community. And truly, like, NAMI is such a big trigger word for a lot of folks because they're like, oh, we use NAMI, or like we love the services that they have. Like our friends use it. And I have plenty of people that use NAMI and have been able to get help with whatever they're asking for. And they have glowing reviews from you both. So
I love that. Thank you. We appreciate it.
So how does the money raised from NAMI Walks benefit NAMI of Erie County and also the community?
Yeah, so outside of NAMI Walks, we host a lot of other free community events. Our 2 biggest ones are our mental health movie night, which is at UPMC Park, and then our Guns N' Hoses game, which is also at UPMC Park. The movie night, we pick a movie that has some kind of mental health background. So we've done Luca, and then Inside Out 1 and Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 is this past one. We hand out coloring packets for the kids and beach balls, and we have a child-focused vendor fair at that too, so people can kind of get the resources they need for their kids. And then Guns N' Hoses is a softball game against the Erie Police Department and the Erie Fire Department. This year, the fire department won for the first time, so that was super cool. We were very excited for them. But that one also has vendors specific to veterans and service members and our first responders. So they're both ways to kind of get the community talking about mental health without them really noticing it or realizing it. So the Guns N' Hoses is really to bring awareness to first responder mental health, and then the movie night is to get parents talking to their kids about mental health. So all the money raised from NAMI Walks helps us put those events on.
No, that's awesome. And those are such well-attended events too. And again, you don't realize it until you're there, like, this is for mental health. And when you're at a booth and asking for resources, like, that's not even a priority. You're just asking questions, and then you're like, wow, I didn't know I needed that. So I love the events that you guys put together, and just the fact that the firefighters won their first one, I think that's awesome.
It was an incredible game. The score, the total points combined was over 70. There was home run after home run. It felt like a home run derby. It was very fun.
It really was.
It was crazy.
And with our first responders, they obviously do a lot of good for our community. And I think on the surface, you might just think, that they are saving lives, and they are. And what we don't see is the tragedy that they also have to see. And so I think that's so important to talk about what first responders, what help they need after going into a situation and not being able to rescue someone. So that's a great topic of conversation to bring awareness to. What are some other examples of programs and resources that are also funded by the donations?
Yeah, so we are contracted through Erie County Mental Health and Intellectual Disabilities Office. So they help cover a bulk of the costs, but a lot of the program materials are not included in that. So for mental health first aid, which is normally a really expensive class, we offer that completely free of charge. That helps cover all of the books for those classes. So we've actually trained the entirety of the Millcreek Police Department in that. We're working on training 911 operators, but we've also taught it to teachers, and a lot of the community has taken the course. And so it covers books for that and youth mental health first aid and teen. Our Exploring the Arts programming, which is mental health through art for the kids, it covers all of the supplies for that as well. So it helps cover a lot of the program material costs as well.
What would you say some of the testimonies are from folks that have attended your events, or, you know, even the art classes for kids? What would you say that they say to you? Like, what do they love about the programs, and what would they like to see more of?
The most common testimonials we've received is the support and how wonderful our staff is. The one thing about our programs is they're peer-led, so it's someone who has also gone through a mental health challenge or has a loved one that has gone through it, and they really, our staff does a great job on trying to connect with those individuals that we serve. So the most feedback we've gotten is the support that they feel, because whatever you're going through, it's important to feel that support.
Yeah.
Why is it important for the community to come together for events like this, like NAMI Walks? You know, why do we need to pull everyone together?
I feel like there's still such a big stigma surrounding mental health, and everyone has it. It's a matter of a tragic event happening, and then you're in the darkest place you've ever been in. It could happen to anyone. Everyone is one bad thing away from a deep depression or something triggering a bipolar disorder that you didn't have symptoms for until something happened. So, like, it could happen to anyone. So I think we just need to be talking about it more, talking to our kids more, making them aware of it so that they can recognize it early on, and just keeping the conversation active and making sure that people know that it's okay if you're struggling. It's okay and you're not alone, and there are people and resources that care about you and want you to reach out to them. So we're trying to get those people where they need to be.
Do you think that there, and you mentioned just a couple of mental health struggles, is there something, that inspired you both to work for NAMI, or is there something, an overarching definition of mental health that you like to give, to, again, break down that stigma?
Yeah, absolutely. For me personally, I struggled with anxiety when I was younger, but I was never aware what anxiety was or what it entailed. It was just, stomach upset, feeling nauseous, things like that. And then until finally I sought help and talked to someone, and they said, this is anxiety, and moving from there. So I think, to Abby's point, the earlier we can educate kids, especially, to know, hey, I'm having these feelings. What are they exactly? How do I deal with them? If I'm in a panic, how do I cope with that? I think it's so crucial, and as soon as I had an interview at NAMI, I was like, this is amazing what we do. So
It's like, this is the place where you're meant to be.
yes, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And do you work with any school districts to be able to offer programs like this immediately in the school systems, and maybe passing off information to parents? Is that something that you guys do?
A lot. Actually, this week we're training a lot of the Harbor Creek School District teachers in youth mental health first aid, which is step one in getting to train the students in teen. So they're doing that this week. We're also in Girard School District this week. But we're in Mercyhurst, where we've gone to McDowell for numerous different programming. We've done lunch and learns. We've done full-length presentations. We do our mental health first aid. So we're in a lot of the school districts, and we're always trying to push into more. So, yes.
I feel like while there is still a stigma, and you may be going through something and you don't want to admit it, I feel like everybody knows, deep down inside, and so they connect to NAMI's mission and to your organization. And so I think that's where they think, like, NAMI needs help. Like, I'm in a place to give, and I'm in a place to help right now. And that's just my logic for, why I think that you resonate with so many people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would even think that our our seniors in Millcreek Township and, you know, all over would benefit from, you know, a session from Senior Series
Yes.
from NAMI, just because a lot of the elderly, you know, they live alone or they're not close to family, and they do get into those ruts where they're going into depression or having more anxiety. So I feel like that'd be a great plug for Senior Series.
Yes,
like
yeah.
aside from this, but
Yes.
it would be awesome for you guys to come and have your mental educators come in and really speak to our senior population.
Yeah, I would love that. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, we can specialize. We do presentations, and we can specialize in anything. I mean, if we went to an accounting firm and did a presentation for accountants, because it can be a high stress job.
Yeah.
So we can really, if it's whatever the case may be, and we do our projects and things like that with the aging population.
Yeah,
so
we're actually in the Lecom Parkside sites right now
Yeah.
too. So it's a population we're familiar with. So we'd love to.
yeah, absolutely.
That sounds great.
I'll
That was
contact you.
Perfect.
We'll work that out.
Perfect.
What are your social handles? Where can they find you at, and what's your URL?
Yeah, they can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course our website. So if you just type in NAMI Erie County, we'll pop up for all of them.
Yeah, perfect. Well, we thank you both so much for coming here the first time and rocking the interviews. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you again to Denana and Abby for the important work that they're doing. For resources and more information for supporting mental health, visit namierie.org. And thank you for watching the Millcreek Government Channel. Have a great day.